Good day, everybody. This is Zinnery here, and I'm giving you another nest tour. I finished this nest today. It's finished pouring. I still need to put it into its final box and do the assembly. But what I wanted to do before I do that, because I can't do it once I put it in the box, is give you a nest tour. So this particular nest is 5 stories, and it was made for a Solenopsis colony. I do believe it is a Solenopsis xyloni. So most of the chambers in this one are going to be small. There are some hidden areas within the center of the nest that they can get to for privacy. Um, but so overall, this is made for the ant guy in California, and I will be shipping this off to him at some point soon for his Solenopsis xyloni colony. This first chamber is a large chamber. This is where the outworld connection will go, and as you can see 2 layers, and the entrances for both levels, 2 entrances on each side. So we're going to zoom in. I'm going to go in, and as before, this might get shaky as I'm having to hold this this microscope camera in order to give you this tour, and so I have to manually focus it. Anyway, we will go in and take a closer look, and here we go. Also apologize for my voice. It might seem a little nasally. I have been getting over a cold. So this is the left, going going clockwise. This would be the left entrance to the clockwise way around the nest. And on level 2, that would be the left clockwise entrance to go around the nest. And then I'm going to pan around here. This is a very large chamber. It is because the outworld connection will go here. I've switched over to some grommets that are quite large, and but it supports the 3/8 inch OD tubing, so that it can securely fasten. So that's the reason for the larger chamber. The hole that I have to drill into the box is a 3/4 inch, using a 3/4 inch drill bit, but because it's acrylic, I use a stepping bit to get there. And then the nut that goes on the inside of the nest for the grommet is about an inch, so I have to provide plenty of space in order to accommodate that. So this is by far the largest chamber, as you can see here, and it covers 2 levels. Alright, so going clockwise, we would go through this area here. Let's see if the camera will go. Nope, it's a little too low, the ceiling for the camera, so I'm going to have to spin it for you. So we're going to come around here, and that would be the area leading to this side. And as you can see, I'm going to zoom out here so you can see this level. And as you can tell, it continues around clockwise through there. And then we spin clockwise. And we start over from here. We'll go around. Now this is the limestone cave setup, but I tried to make the chamber smaller for smaller species like the Solenopsis xyloni. As you can see, there is a tunnel that leads straight back. It makes, once it goes into the chamber back there, that chamber is a horseshoe shape, and kind of goes around the hydration holes, So the idea here is that they do have some amount of privacy in this nest. Okay, so as I pan around here to the left, you see that entrance, and we go on to the fourth side, and that's where it would come out over here. And then we pan around, and that leads back to the entrance, or the outworld entrance of the nest. So let's go over there, and then we'll start from level 2. And let me fix my towel here for a second. And let's see here. Let me double stack it real quick so it doesn't get all bunched up here. Okay, well, that'll help a little, I guess. Okay, so now we're going to go to level 2, and as you can see, that's the entrance that leads around clockwise. Again, we're going to spin clockwise. I'm going to pan out and show you level 2, what level 2 looks like. You might get to see some of the other levels from this distance, but that's level 2. You can see level 3 up above, and I'm going to pan back into level 2, or zoom back into level 2, and as you can see, it goes around to the left again. Over here, we're going to zoom out again so that you can see level 2, what it would look like, and level 3, and then zoom back in, and pan around to clockwise. Level 2, still on level 2. And we're going to go around, and it comes out on the entrance. And now we're going to jump back up to level 3. I'm going to zoom out so you can see the upper 3 levels. So this is 5 levels overall. Each one has a entrance to the other. So let's zoom back into level 3, and as you can see, we still have some sand, loose sand that didn't wash away during my initial wash. I'll have to go through and wash this again before I put it into the box. And this is, in terms of box size, it's a 4x4 by 5 3/8, I believe. So it's a pretty tall one, and I've used this before on other nest styles, but basically I'm just trying to accommodate smaller ants. This should hold quite a few Solenopsis xyloni workers. I would say somewhere in maybe even up into the thousands in terms of worker size or colony size. And as you can see, this is a very tiny hole, tiny viewport, and another one over here. As you can see, it's got entrances in the back there that lead around in 2 different chambers, and again back into different chambers. And as we pan around here, and okay, so that was the completion of level 3. And now we go up to level 4. And I just want you to see there's an entrance right there. If you can see that hole, that leads down to level 3. And as we pan around inside the nest here, I know it's kind of more of the same, 5 levels of this, but some people are pretty interested in how these nests get built. And there's an entrance from down below. Oh no, sorry, that's just an area where a bubble formed on the surface. So looking around here, as you can see, there's a tunnel that leads off that way and a tunnel that leads off into the side. So there are some areas here that are kind of give the ants some privacy. Um, I think they need that. Okay, so we're back at the beginning, and we go up to level 5. And level 5 is a much more wider open space than the rest. Um, I made it a large cave area. So as you can see in this one, you can see all the way across. And there is the entrance from the lower level right there. As you can see. And a very large open chamber. And then we come around back to the beginning here on the outworld connection side. Okay, so on top here you see the 2 holes. Those are the hydration holes. Those lead all the way to the bottom of the nest, which is, this is the bottom of the nest. As you can see, it is a small reservoir. I believe that's probably like 3/8 of an inch, or maybe even a 1/4 of an inch depth. But the water comes down here, lands on what will be the bottom of the nest, which I'll show you. This is the box it will go in. This is the box it'll go in. I'll sit it here for, maybe it'll show up a little better here. Okay, so this is the box it will go in. As you can see, I have a hydrostone floor already poured and dried and cured, so it's ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is that area on the very bottom of the nest rests on top of that, creates a reservoir, can hold probably 20 mils of water, and then that water will absorb into the hydrostone, and then once it absorbs into the hydrostone makes contact with the ultracal floor, and we have wicking that will occur between the two, and you'll have a hydration gradient from bottom to top. Okay, so I'm going to show you that this nest is in 2 pieces. So I'm going to show you what it looks like on the underside for level 2. So you'll actually be able to kind of see the floor plan in a positive way, or in the negative way. So this is what it looks like underneath, as you can see. Okay, and you can see those two holes that lead down to the hydrostone floor, which are also there. Okay, so the reason this is in 2 pieces is because what I'm going to end up having to do is I'm going to have to put the nest floor and level 1 into the nest first, and then I'm going to have to drill the hole for the grommet, and then I'm going to have to work with inside the box to put the grommet in there and secure it, and then I can drop level 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on top of it, and then that way I can get all the equipment inside and everything that needs to be there in order to complete the nest. So what I'm going to do is stop here, and I am going to resume with this after I have it all in the box, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Okay, so I just wanted to finish off by showing you guys the completed box. I did have some issues with the first box I tried to insert it in, and then had trouble getting it out of that box and putting it into this one. But Anyway, I managed to do that and get it all fixed, so here's what it looks like. And as you can see there's the grommet for connecting to the outworld. Alright, that's it for now. I will come back to you guys with the outworld and connecting the outworld. Okay, I've completed the outworld for this nest. We did the tour in the previous video, so now we're going to tour the whole entire thing as an overview really fast, and then we should be done with this project. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out. Move around here. As you can see the nest entrance on that hillside that I created. That nest entrance leads into the nest. And we will take a look inside. So this hill was made with UltraCal 30. The base of this is made out of hydrostone, the floor. And as you can see here, let's see how if I can get into there, maybe. Oh yeah, alright. So you can see the tunnel leads back in there and ultimately into a connector that goes into the nest. So this is how the ants will get back to there. So if I can get out of this now. Okay. And I just basically created this by this hill here by tilting or propping this box up at an angle and pouring, and I just had the tubing already pushed all the way through to create the nest entrance. Yeah, so it went all the way through the connector and out, and then I just held it in place, and then while it was curing I just piled on some rocks on the curing area. So this is what it looks like from this side, and then up and over or on top here, and then that whole area will support feeders and stuff like that so that you can feed the ants there. Now these connectors, I have it connected right now. This is what these connectors look like and what they do, and basically they're twist on and clamp onto the tubing, and that is 3/8 inch OD tubing. You would have to have a different connector size to use smaller or larger tubing, but that's 3/8 inch, and basically it secures the nest. You can't really pull these apart. So it's just part of a better escape prevention solution. And then of course we have the 5-story tower here for those Solenopsis xyloni. And that's pretty much it, guys, for the nest tour and outworld tour. I'll be shipping this off to the ant guy soon and completing this project. Thanks for watching.